Good morning. This is Dr. Armstrong back with you with another session and episode of Tuesday Tips. This week, we're going to talk about racial traumas. Racial trauma. If these videos are beneficial to you and you are liking the discussions of the videos, I would like for you to like and subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of those places. You will be able to find it. Also follow the podcast as well. It's on all of the major podcast platforms. So today we're going to jump right into speaking about racial traumas. Racial traumas. Racial trauma is something that is very debilitating. It's more or less a debilitating response caused by a deeply distressing or disturbing experience as the result of discrimination against a certain race. Racial discrimination in this country has been going on since its existence. That's just a common known fact and issue. It's just been happening. How do we cope with racial traumas and racial discriminations? And, you know, if you look at the plateau of what causes racial discriminations and racial injustices and racial traumas to the point that it actually causes some to even deny their race. You know, understand that in the early days, when there were interracial children born, if that child could pass for white, they passed, because they knew that the opportunities were better. They knew that there would be more opportunities afforded to them. And many of us have seen the movie where the mother was a maid, the father had a relationship with the mother that was a maid, and when the mother died, the child who denied her identity came to the funeral crying, you know, this is my mother, this is my mother. Well, by then it's too late. However, this is the result of a racial trauma that has caused society to look at races in categorically and systematically different ways. We're in a day and age right now where we're saying Black Lives Matter again. Some people are saying, hey, all lives matter. But you have to understand the context of why people are saying Black Lives Matter. And then you have to understand the context of why people are saying all lives matter. Yes, all lives do matter. But does the life matter of a person who lynches and rapes, murders an individual all because of how they look? Does that life really matter? In my opinion, no. So what we look at today is coping. We all have different coping mechanisms. We all have different coping strategies. We all have different coping facets that we use. Let's look at a few ways that we can cope. And today's episode may be a little bit shorter, but I'm trying to get right to the point to give you guys enough to, you know, we go into the workplace, we go into schools, we go into gyms, we go into stores, we travel on the highway, you know, and you're looking over your shoulder wondering all the time. We should not have to live like that. So let's look at some of these coping strategies. Allow yourself to feel the pain caused by racial trauma. When we reject these feelings, it will increase during, and the trauma will set in, and it will just eat away at you. So allow yourself to feel the pain. Yes, it is painful. It hurts. It's real. Knowing that you have so much to offer, but because of the color of your skin, you are discriminated against. Allow yourself to feel that. But what you don't want to do is allow that to defeat you. Okay? Number 2, remember that the pain we feel is because on some level we believe the lie that we are what our perpetrators say that we are. Allow yourself to look in the mirror and say, you know what? It's not me. It's them. I'm not the one with the problem. They have the problem. And you have to allow yourself to do self-reflection and reflect on your positive qualities. Reflect on the good that you have done. Reflect on the impact that you have made in somebody's life that has caused their life to be better. Number 3, take responsibility for defining who you choose to be outside of society's established race and culture for you. Take it from me, I have reinvented myself more than once. Nobody's going to put me in a compartmentalized category, because I believe, number 1, in who I am. Number 2, you have to know yourself, know what you can offer, know what you have to offer, and then, you know what, offer it. Don't let anybody put you in a box and put the lid on you. That's not how it works. Be who you are. If who you are, if you're not satisfied with that, recreate, reinvent, restructure. You can do all of that. You do not have to be who they say you are because of your race. And number 4, seek the support of a mental health professional. And, you know, I encourage you to interview at least 3 or 4. You know, see if this therapist or mental health professional can relate to you. That's what it's all about, people. Relatability. And I'm going to say this too, and this is outside of what I was going to speak of. Create a boundary. Create a boundary. Learn how to be able to talk openly and freely about racial inequalities, about racial injustices, but keep a boundary of respect. Once you keep that boundary of respect, those of other races will learn to respect you more, because you're not allowing them to come in and impose their cultural view on what's happening. And then, you know what? Understand this. People are going to have certain views. Some of that is never going to change because it's been embedded in them, and it's been breeded in them. It won't change. Don't try to change anyone, but put your opinion out there, put your view out there, and go from there. So folks, I hope that you have enjoyed this short segment of Tuesday Tips. If you're looking for a therapist, I would love to have you come to the practice and be a part of it. It's your healing journey. You can heal. Don't stay where you are. Learn how to move. All right? Have a great day, folks. Take care.